Yesterday I gathered in another honey crop, and now we want to get that honey into jars. Now lots of people keep asking me, how do you get the honey out of the honeycomb? And it's a straightforward process, but there's two different ways you can go about it. First one is you get it into a big centrifuge, you chop off the wax capping on the top, get it into the centrifuge and then spin it, and that spins out the honey. But we do it in a different way. We have a honey press, and I'm going to show you how to use it right now. This is one of the 20 frames of honey that I took off yesterday. So I'm going to start by simply cutting it out of cut the honeycomb out of the frame like this, and I warn you now, it immediately gets rather messy. And then this will go into the bucket here temporarily. Now, as part of the process, you need to filter your honey, and you do it with a sheet of muslin like this. Now we're using two. This is a coarse one, and that is what the honey goes into. This will be wrapped around the honey, and then wrapped around that will be this finer one, and that makes sure that any particles, particularly of wax, get left behind. The muslin is in the box of the honey press here. As you can see, it's now 2 layers. So we're going to put the honey in. And as I warned you earlier, this is going to be quite a sticky job. Honeycomb from 6 frames in there, so what we're going to do now is wrap this so that it's totally covered. Like so. Well, the next bit of kit to go on is this. This is the weight. This is what helps press out the honey. This will take a moment or two. It's now on the screw thread, so gradually just tighten this up. But what you don't want to do is try and compress the whole thing in one immediate go. Well, we are at the point now where the block is sitting on top of the honey, so we're going to give it a gradual tightening. Well, underneath the box is this tray. It's a sloping tray, and the honey will drain from the box through the holes at the bottom of the box, down the tray and into this bucket here. You might just be able to see the first drops of honey coming through there. Now that it's started to drip through onto the tray, I'm just going to tighten this up a little bit more. Not going to do it all in one go, but give it a few more turns, really get that honey squeezed out. And there you can see the first of the honey coming through, and there it goes over the edge into the bucket. Well, I think that's about as much as we're going to get out of those frames. So I'm now going to take the crushed honeycomb out. As you can see, we've tightened it up really hard, but coming off quite easily now. On the tray here I've got the wax, which is still in the muslin, and we're going to put that into a bucket because at some point we will put that through our wax extractor and we'll use the wax to make things like candles and so on, but in the meantime this is a very sticky job which Ralph gets all over the kitchen, and there we have some very tightly squeezed honeycomb. Well, this is the honey from 6 frames, so not quite a full super. I'm going to do the other frames from that super in a few minutes, but this honey is now ready to be put into honey jars.